little bit less sustain and a little bit more damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's good. You guys do well. You're going to be able to get there first, which is really valuable. Obviously, every single person has high mobility in this, except for Zarya herself, and um, it's Zarya, so it doesn't really matter. Just press E. So this is kind of what worries me as Jack. Like with this comp, like you can either hold right here and have them hold right here, which you can't really control because essentially they have this chunk they want to hold as far back as possible, or you can hold right up here and kind of play right there and have them push into you or whatnot whenever they are forced to or think that they'll be able to win. And that's when, all this damage really shines. So when you set up halfway here, you're kind of screwing yourself over. Now, one thing that I'm going to say before we get too far into any of this VOD is this is spectator cam. So 99.2% of the time, it's first person on a DPS.
Yeah.
So obviously it's not perfect for coaching. However, it's fun because then we get to watch stuff like this, like the Reaper do about 8 damage and then have it to do nothing. Because you can't do anything at that range as Reaper, The rest of your team, however, they still kind of want to keep pushing in. You can see Reaper kind of does that little like, oh, I guess we're setting up here, and he's like, oh crap, has to back up. But like Zarya keeps moving in, pops barrier on you, you'll go. So here's what worries me the most is if you have this comp, you don't have the sustain. D.Va Defense Matrix is effectively infinite more shield than you, or at least for that amount of time, which is going to be pretty effective because it, like, literally this first fight on this map is whoever shield drops first loses. Like, that's pretty much it. Versus, some other stuff, one team's running dive. But, like, you guys are both running essentially the same comp with the exception of this. But you're playing to your weaknesses, not your strengths, Like, you attempt to go in, Jack, but that's after you've already, like, essentially said, okay, I'm setting up halfway, and that's after the Zarya's barriered you that you get aggro, and you get so low because they have a Junkrat, You have to wait for the Junkrat, and you have to wait for your Zarya to get energy to do anything here if you are going to be playing it slow. Because, which, first of all, you shouldn't, but if you are going to do it, because you don't have the damage if you don't have the Zarya. Zarya is Soldier, except Zarya without any energy is like Winston. It's rough.
Tickle cannon. It's a tickle cannon.
Water gun, my friend. Water gun.
Oh, my bad.
With this comp that we're running, we need to be pushed up to where the entrance of their doorway is, to where we're pushing
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. Like, you need to be here, and then what they're gonna do, they're gonna kill your shield. Like, it's gonna happen. They won't try to engage in this little hallway. They'll try to do something else, but they'll eventually kill your shield and try to push in. And then that's when you burst out. Well, maybe not burst out. That's when you melt them when they come through, because you still have Junkrat, which essentially shuts this down. In and of it's. Give me a sec. I'm trying to get the big X. In and of itself, oh, look at that big X, y'all. And then you also have the Reaper, who's going to shut this down, like part 2, the Electric Boogaloo, in and of itself.
It's always sunny in Philly.
Another thing is, seeing the timing where their team got here, their frog has amp. Which is what I'm assuming happened here.
Or they just suck at movement. Who knows, really?
Okay, that's not nice. That's not nice.
They shouldn't. They definitely should have gotten here first. Whatever. All right, we're gonna keep watching though. I'll let you know, like within now, like I already know Reinhardt's gonna die, and then from there you guys are gonna lose because now, like, this is code red for you.
Yeah.
Because you have. Who is this? My resolution's too low.
That's the Zarya and.
No. This.
That's their Moira. Miss Rude is their Moira.
Oh fuck! The Moira's ballsy enough to get in the front. They really don't like you. Anyway, you got okay.
All right.
Let's get an image because I'm gonna have to use images lots now. Legion control room. Okay, so you have your ugly ass Reinhardt right here, and then they have Zarya. They have.
They're Ryan.
Oh god, I'm not gonna pick all these stickers out. I'm just gonna point arrows. You got Zarya Ryan over here. Zarya does not have projected barriers. I'll put a little X right there. Reinhardt has about 2 health, so I'll put a little. There we go. I mean, you know, like Lucio, Diva, Reinhardt, Zarya, Moira, and Junkrat's probably still over there. Yeah, look, that's obviously
Yeah.
where he would be. I mean, like you've essentially killed everyone over here. Like Reaper's gonna live because he's Reaper. He has 250 health, health steal, Wraith form, etc., etc., and he's
Yeah.
against triple tank. But like, they are all in imminent danger because you're forced out this way because you get to aggro and then passive and then aggro again. You know.
Yeah.
You like juke your team. You just broke everyone on your team's ankles, and the enemy that was perfect for because they weren't even there when you slowed down, and so like you just slow, you know.
Yeah.
And so sure enough, like there's Junk. Reaper actually does a really nice job of focusing the Zarya. However, what happened in the meantime is their Reinhardt. Let's see if I can just get a line on this. Yeah,
And this
so
is the
their
blue team.
Reinhardt kind of hopped out, then charged in to try to kill you, which would have been good, but it doesn't matter. He'll pin Junk instead. Actually, he didn't pin Junk. He just tapped him, and that killed him. Yeah, that was the AoE kind of the pin. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he'll charge in there. Yeah, Diva's gonna finish you off because you're what, like 150, 200 health, and then at this point, like they're just gonna keep spamming into there. There's honestly like nothing you can do. Like you've lost your main tank. Like the only real damage that has come out, if you're watching, like watch enemy health bars here and only enemy health bars this entire fight. Okay. Nothing. A little bit on Zarya, a little bit on Diva. Reaper goes in on Zarya, accidentally hits Junk once. Ryan gets low because he's the one who kind of charged into your backline here. He'll take a lot of damage from your Zarya and your Moira. But at this point, like, it's too late. Good on Zarya to stay alive here, or try to stay alive.
This is
You
when
want
the
to keep your
Junkrat gets a
energy,
lot of
but
ult.
like, yeah, look at, they're just gonna keep pushing. So it was kind of a little bit of a mistake that won't matter a ton, but it'll matter here. That like you, instead of choosing just to fall back, choose like go around and fall back, you know? Like it's small stuff, but like that just means how much energy you have here? Like 50, 60? You know? And staying alive here is just gonna mean that you can continue to eat that Junkrat spam, you know, it'll take 10 seconds to group up anyway, so you'll have 40 more, even if you drop 20, etc., etc. So yeah, kind of pointless. And I mean, yeah, like you have to expect this, you know? Like they're going to push up to this doorway. That's what they're going to do. This is the easiest spot for them to hold. I understand later, like you do this wacky ass flank, Reaper flank ult, which was interesting and kind of worked, but really kind of didn't. And we'll talk about that then. But like, you have to win the shield war. And at this point, you have to understand we don't have as much shield war. So how are we going to play to our strengths? Well, honestly, Reaper flanks isn't too bad. Reaper flank and alt may be a lot worse just because it's literally tank, tank, tank. All of who can shut down your alt, can get away, can get other people away, but will probably die himself. And yeah, he'll probably die. So like if you're gonna alt on people, it kind of has to be these two. And that's not what you end up doing. But like, you have to win shield war here. I'll tell you right now. You end up getting the third tank instead of Junk. You swap to Hog, which I'm actually a huge not fan of. Because that's taking away a lot of your shield break potential for kind of displacement / pick potential in a way, but that's not going to matter because if you hook them, they're not dead. If you hook them, they're not dead. If you hook them, they're not dead. If you hook any of these people, ideally Zarya barriers them. And you know, let's say half the time she doesn't barrier them, you have none of these three are real targets. You know, I guess because maybe you have the Reaper, but like that's another like 1.5 times. So, you know, you throw out 6 hooks, just saying. So it is really limiting your options, and that's if you get through the barrier, of which they have so much more. Oh, big old fat dumb arrow. You see what I mean though? Like, realize your comp, realize their comp. What's your strength? What's their strength? How should we change what we're doing? And if you guys are going to be running the Reaper here, and you're not going to be running a Junkrat, you cannot rely on sustained shield break fights. You have to make a play kind of before, and that's what Reaper's going to help in on. And you know, he'll kind of be hanging around on the side. Honestly, like just for this front gate part, I would have just played in the front. You know, like in the end, like yeah, you have the disadvantage in shield break, but you also have a corner there, and if they push around that corner, they're dead. And like you can just like stand on the other side of the wall, peek out, shoot some shots, and come back. Like just because the double shotgun, that's possible. But like generally speaking, that's not possible, you know. Yeah, so Jack, you're extremely aggressive on Reinhardt and at all of the wrong times. So pushing up here, absolutely fine. Go for it. You're swinging a little bit. That's great. You get bubbled here. Shield bubble goes down here. You continue swinging and you get shattered.
Yeah.
You should put bubble up before shield even goes, or so you should put shield up before bubble even goes down. Because hey, Cons is still gonna get energy if your shield's up, just less. You know, ideally. Whole shooting at the center of the Ooh, that was a nice rectangle. I don't want to talk about that. Whole shooting at the center of the thing, you know. Kadzo, you've played enough Zarya to know about this. Hopefully, Jack's played enough Zarya to know about this. Anyway. I mean, yeah, this is what happens. Like, you're protected during that, and then it goes down, and the Rhine's waiting for it to go down, and when it goes down, he shatters. And now you've lost the fight. And I mean, they're playing this, if we look at them, like, they're playing this exactly how it needs to be played. You use one ult, you use the opportunity to build other ults, maybe you use the second ult to finish off the fight, it's whatever, you just use 2 ults to fight. Really? They didn't need this. I think they should have just coalesced here, if anything, and they would have been able to get you guys just because, like, at this point, like, they push in here, you're kind of split half and half, and that's going to be a really tough situation for you guys. But, like, they pop 1 or 2 ults, they win the fight, they build the other 4 ults, and then it's rinse and repeat, you know, pop 2 ults a fight, gain 50% of the other 2 that fight. See what I mean?
Oh boy, and this is gonna cascade to the tire.
Tower comes out, it kills Ryan, and I mean, like, watch this at this point, like, because you get shattered, pushed so far back, like, Moira dies because that's who they focus here. Honestly, not much you can do about that other than not get shattered. Whole like putting your shield up thing. At this point, you're like, oh crap, gotta run. Sure enough, you saw your hog have to get cut off over there. That's gonna put him in a tough situation. Your Reaper's just trying to salvage something out of this. Probably build ult charge before he dies. He gets pinned. Tire comes out. That's gonna finish off Ryan. You know, Kazo, maybe you get away here. Probably not, just because, you know, they're thirsty. They don't want you to get energy. And I mean, like, here's the big thing I'd say is, minus Hog, because he actually switched, 67, 64, 80. Don't worry about him. 100 because it's Moira and you're running tanks. 73. Look on their side, essentially 125, 100, 100, 102. Also 67, what a bot, and then 100. Then again, Lucio's not really there for that burst healing. Plus, you guys haven't had really like longer fights to utilize Lucio. Actually, neither team has, so I'm not too surprised that the Lucios don't have much. Good bubble here. Saved a life. That was an even cooler Diva bomb though. I'm gonna copy that one day. So this was fun. You do actually get a hook kill or hook. Not a kill on the Lucio. Sure enough, Zarya bubbles. You know? And to counter that, they grab. Honestly, you guys should have been able to kill Lucio. This is the fight that Reaper's going to be flanking. You can see him there right now. Junkrat spamming from the side. That's actually like not that great for him. I'm not going to lie. Like, they shouldn't be doing that. Realistically, like Hog, you could deal with that. You guys could switch to like any long range hit scan and deal with that. At least zone him out. I think it would definitely be worth it. They will grab Coalescence from your side, will protect you. Reaper, so here's what happens. You flank around, you all, you're going to be able to get the Lucio. Not too surprising just because he's pretty low anyway. You can see right here, he's only at 50 health. And he gets up a little bit higher before you all, but not by much. Big thing is, like, you can see you do a lot of damage. You could get the Ryan down to 50. Zarya actually drops as well, a decent amount before she gets pocketed back up, and then D.Va drops a ton as well. The issue is that there are 3 tanks, and Moira is healing them a lot, essentially. She will use that Coalescence for it. But you will be able to
was already coalescing.
No, yeah, might be. Oh yeah, she Coalescence with the Grav, yeah?
Mhm.
I think so.
I still don't like
Came
that
out
they
a
kinda
little after
flipped
Grav.
this.
Yeah, I
They're
think
like,
she popped it after I did.
Interesting. I don't like that. That was a bad Coalescence. I would have gone Rhine Coalescence, Zarya Junk. But I guess just because Junk built it so fast, he wanted to try to like get another one before Grav, which I mean at this rate he'll get several before Grav. Or at least the second grab, that is.
Trading his own life out of it. Jack is just throwing his
Alright, you guys will be going in here. So at this point, like, this is tough because you technically have the advantage in that you've lost one, they've lost two, they used one all, you used one all, they used grab, you didn't use a grab, etc., etc. Actually, they used Diva Bomb way before as well. It's like you're going in, but like, here's the issue: 100 health, 200 health, 250, 300 health, 100 health, 150 health. Nobody is like, you're the only one above half, essentially. Actually, technically, Warriors at like 105, so, you know. You need the opportunity to heal up, like, really, and you get a little bit of time, but like, since you're split, which is another big thing that's actually a big issue, is like Rein, Moira, Hog, Lucio, Zarya, essentially, and obviously Reaper's back and Spawn feels bad. It's just preventing the healer's ability to keep you guys alive, you know? Like, bring the 3 tanks together, Moira heals all 3 of you at once. And way faster, too, than this crap. So, Ryan, you actually, like, in situations like this, like, I know it's just a Junkrat, but, like, look at your health bar, dude.
Yeah.
You're swinging at him while he's bubbled, and you had time to put your shield up after he was bubbled. You had a full, like, half second here, which if you don't think is long enough, then you're a goddamn liar. Like, you're less than 120, you just get one shot. Like, there's nothing that can be done for you there. I'm assuming, I don't know, maybe that was half on Moira for not healing you, but maybe she was also out of healing. Who really knows? And like, because of that, yeah, because you die and because your other 3 people on your team are all the way back here, then they start to push back in. Granted, only with 2 people essentially. There's a 3rd over there, but he's not doing anything right now. And they're gonna be able to kill the Rein. Then they go in for you. Feels right clicks, man. That's Zarya's 5,000 energy. Feels more right clicks, man. And they end up killing 4 of you because they kill the Rein, you know? Just because you guys weren't grouped up. If you guys were grouped up there, it would have been the easiest fight of your life. Just because you have main tank, they don't have main tank. You know? Not to mention you have 1, 2, 3 ults. Go. What's up?
Well, one thing that I did want to point out that you can't see on the camera, there's the Junkrat trap right there by the door. That's actually the enemy Junkrat, because we don't have one on our team. And our Zarya actually ends up getting caught in that. So that's why the Zarya is not up with the rest of the team.
Yeah, so Jack started pushing here, and our Zarya got caught in trap, and so our team got split. But
yeah,
there was miscommunication there, and then there's a Junkrat that was in between the 2 groups.
Yeah.
And a Diva.
Yeah, and so the Diva was sitting there shooting at our Zarya, so I peeled back for the Diva. I mean, for our Zarya, which is why we split there.
Zarya gets stuck almost after the Rein dies, if not after the Rein dies. Zarya gets stuck a little bit. Okay, so it's like almost the same time. Like, Zarya gets stuck like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the damage. Look at the health.
Yeah.
And like, if watch me, I'm gonna play. Half a second later, Ryan's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So like, Zarya getting stuck is that's true, and that's the reason like you're gonna start rotating here almost like as a pre-reaction to this. But that's not the reason these 2 are that far up.
Right.
Or like, that's not a miscommunication. That's a misplay. You know.
Yeah.
And that's I mean, it's a little bit on you too, and it's less so on everyone else, just because, you know, there's not much you can do to not get stuck in a trap except for not get stuck in a trap. But even then, like, you are still further back, and you gotta have to make that up somehow. But yeah, like, this truly, like, this was a 1 fight, and then because Rein dies, they start to push in. Like, Zarya full energy, she melts your Moira. That must have felt real bad. You had like full health. Like, watch your Moira's health, y'all. Don't even watch like her health bar. Watch right up here. Watch that right click.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, yeah, they just clean up. And watch the Zarya Grav. Ready? So they used it here. This is when you guys start to push in. 20, 23, 28, 30, 50. Did you see that? 20. All charge right then. In a millisecond. And then that was coincidentally also when Rein died. So watch, 50, pushing in, 57, 59. Now she's at 60. You know, she got half of her ult in that little bit amount of time.
Yeah.
It's like paused for me.
Very interesting.
Oh, it's paused. Here.
Yeah, let me. I'll refresh.
Not
it.
for me.
If it's yeah, if it ever does that, just refresh. It's usually
Oh,
not an
okay.
issue.
Um,
Diva going like this? Okay, so small thing. You guys switch off the Reaper back to the Junk. I like that. Only issue is you still don't have. You have more shield break, but less shield, which is depends how you want to play it. I would say I'm a more of a fan of more shield because I think in the end Diva is going to be higher impact than the Hog here. You know, because Diva just if we're looking just 1-to-1 counters Hog. Oh, that's a Junkrat. Diva counters Hog, just flat out. You know. But like realistically, it's more of a team comp. But like Diva's also going to be pretty anti-Junk. She will not be anti-Zarya, but Zarya is also going to have the opportunity to build just as much grav off of that Hog than your Zarya will have to build it off of the Diva. And I mean, Diva's really anti-Moira. You know, shutting her down, stopping her from building all charge, which we've already seen. Not to mention it still is that kind of shotgun, lots of damage. Like, not gonna lie, y'all, like this Diva is doing 2 damage, but when you're right here, Diva's destroying you. You know, Diva's damage numbers are actually kind of nutty if you look at them when she's not 40 miles away. So you're obviously looking for a shatter here, which is nice. You kind of misplay this pretty badly. Like you see the Junk, which means tires either that way or right there. And I really don't like that you went for the pin here. I get why, but first of all, it obviously wasn't worth it. But and there's no way for you to expect the tire to be on his body.
you don't have fire strike, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, I don't.
But honestly, I wouldn't have even dropped my shield because my team's gonna kill him. You know, well. Let me rephrase that. If your team's behind you, they should kill him. And at this point, like this would be on their fault for not being behind you, and I don't know if they are because first person spectate. But I know Lucio's right there, and you have beat up, so there's really no reason not to be behind you. But like you keep shield up right here, maybe even just like put it right there, or let me do this in green so you can see a little bit easier. You know, like he's gonna die. Like the only thing he'll have to get away is that dumbass concussion mine combo, but he's crouching, looking, you know, fucking, you know, right now. So taking a dump or
What was
something.
that?
So that was me trying to imitate what noise Junkrat makes whenever he's in that pose.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, you go for the charge, you take 494 damage, and then you grab. If you drop shield, you'll die. That being said, you get healed for half your health, and you're like, let's go for it. And you will go for it. Just because you get knocked up in the air behind the enemy team doesn't mean you should shatter. I get that, like, sometimes it's a good opportunity, but you have to understand, like, this is bad for you right now. Like, you're going to die. Like, your Lucio's already dead, and you've used that. You've used Grav, you used Hog, and you've essentially gotten nothing so far, which already that's kind of a red flag for this fight, TBH. Like, you guys are skipping the shield break phase when you have more shield break. You know? Like, literally, like, let's watch how this fight goes for you. Rein starting the fight with 500 HP on his shield. Really, like, you've essentially charged in when they're not prepared, so you're forcing them back. Moira is actually behind you. What was that? Did I see that right? Yeah.
Their way. The enemy Moira.
I thought that was like your Moira, but I'm like, wait a second, your Moira can't target you. That's interesting. She'll probably use Fade here, which is a really good opportunity to kill her. Or she, you know, won't be with her team. Anyway, so you guys are gonna go in here. You preemptive. Actually, wait. Let me turn the volume up so I can hear if that was preemptive or reactive. Preemptive.
Preemptive,
Yeah, it's preemptive.
Like, it was the same exact time, which means it was preemptive. Unless you have the reactions of a goddamn, I don't even know.
It's
Kratos.
impossible though because of charge up time for it. He has to jump in.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Shh.
Okay. My bad, my bad.
I'm just trying to give him the credit, dude.
I'm gonna steal it.
Yeah, so definitely preemptive. You guys are gonna be going in here. Why do it preemptively? You know, it's gonna give you the opportunity to go in and kind of eat some of that Junkrat spam. But one what else will eat some of the Junkrat spam? Not having a 400 HP barrier. You know,
Yeah.
because nothing was forcing you to go in here, except for your own beat. Because now you've put value on this push. It's 90, but you can still wait. Like, I say you can still wait. You can wait 10 seconds, which, to be honest, fight terms, that's an entire fight. So you have time, you know. And if you would have waited 1 second, they would have wasted their dire. Ideally, I don't know if you guys would be able to kill it, but with 3 tanks, a Moira, Lucio, and a Zarya to bubble anyone, I imagine that no one would die to this tire. I hope that no one would die to this tire. And nonetheless, you could go in with big old fat, dumb, thick, quick, give me the list, hefty arrow.
Hefty, that is, like that word.
You even would have had Lucio, obviously, and like you're skipping shield break.
Gonna come here, but the self-destruct from fatality to backline sort of separates.
Okay, so you pop Graph, you pop Beat. Beat is essentially negated to a tire that really was kind of fat, TBH. Like, watch that. That was fat. Check the
And
health.
he didn't die.
Hits Zarya, hits Lucio, hits Rhine, hits Hog. Does it hit Hog or did Hog already? No, yeah, it hits Hog.
No, I'm
No, wait, yeah, he was just. Where did you take all that damage from?
Probably Junkrat or a Fire Strike. And
Fire
right
Strike.
before I got staggered, and when I pushed back through the door when they were up there, D.Va dived behind.
Wait, a D.Va flanked?
D.Va flanked here. That's why we couldn't get effectiveness out of the Grav and the whole hog because I
Y'all,
was so far
there's
back.
a Moira and a D.Va behind.
And a
you.
Junkrat. Oh, the Junkrat was behind.
Well,
you can see the on the left right there. You can see the Moira coming back.
yeah. So
The D.Va.
then it's just a D.Va with no healing,
Yeah.
and you actually DMAC, or was she already? No, she was
No, she
DMAC.
gets DMAC.
No, she got
No,
she
she
got back in and back
self-destructs.
when I got staggered, and then she was It's when we got out of the spawn. She was shooting out of Moira. She was in mech there, and she stayed in mech. I
Where
couldn't
did
get her
they
out of it.
just? She just self-destructs here.
Yeah.
Story, but look at this, like already 82%.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Did you guys see that for like 1 millisecond? There. That arrow. There. I'm trying to pause it at the right time. Oh, did you see it though?
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah. I
D.Va
saw it.
bombed from behind.
Poggers.
Who does that?
This team?
It's pretty smart actually. It is 90%. They're doing a lot of stuff to stall you guys, like the Moira flank and I don't know if this was all
Well,
on purpose.
I
Kinda
mean, if you
looks like
think
it.
about it, like the tires coming in from one side and the
Yeah,
bombs coming
D.Va
from
bomb
another.
from the other.
Dude,
is
that's
pretty
like-
insane.
It's a bomb sandwich, dude.
Yeah, man. Anyway, yeah, you guys aren't playing to your strengths, you know.
Lux coming into the point, but here's the graviton.
Blocks the shatter though.
All the defenders onto the point itself, but
Yeah, but he also gets his shatter blocked.
It's 99%.
And fucking die.
You're-
That doesn't
you're-
mean you have to shatter the moment you touch the ground.
Dude, you're a glass half empty kind of guy, aren't you?
You put your shield up right here. You get topped off to full by Moira. There, Reinhardt's like, oh no, he blocked my shatter. Let me swing at him. You shatter 5 people, and you win the fight. Anyway, this is just about the worst possible fight I could imagine for you guys in this comp. Like, you had half health the Zarya here, Junkrat inside the Reinhardt.
What up, dude?
Moira, I think you just got evaporated. Yeah, you're dead.
Dude, I'm gonna gank him.
You gotta
man. I'm
watch-
avenging him.
You
Lucio
gotta watch
died
the
earlier
fade
than Hogs in the
forward with
back.
Ryan. This is the 3rd time you've faded forward to try and save your Ryan and instead died with him.
That's
Yeah.
not a problem on the Moira. That's a problem on the Ryan.
But dude, think
Let
about
him
Moira.
go! You gotta let him go! He
I
won't
tried
learn!
really hard to keep
They're
him
true
alive.
homies, man. They ride
He
together. They die
won't
together.
learn unless you
That's
let him
Biembo.
die.
That's true.
I don't know what's
Fuck
happening, y'all. It
so.
just keeps
They just
replaying this
DM'd
1
me.
second of Kadzo getting
Oh my
teabagged.
god.
It just must be. It's like a broken record.
Dude, they're true homies, man. They ride together. They die together.
All right, Lucio, I've seen you win these. You don't stand on the top of it. You skate around it like a skater boy. If you stand on the top, they're like, it's literally putting yourself on a pedestal for them.
Yeah.
Their Junkrat is standing still shooting at you. That's how much he cares. And you just tired.
Hi.
That's how much he cares.
At this point will be Avium Tamium taking the first.
Fat
least you-
tire, obviously,
At
coming
least you
in.
killed Orion.
At least I killed the Ryan.
Dude, look at that fat tire.
Oh,
Oh,
my
it's so
god,
fat.
huge. Game winning.
So fat. Broken
Here,
game.
here, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
Okay. Fix it.
COD. And
There.
Yeah, there you go.
There
I like
wasn't
it.
enough damage follow-up to have
Alright,
this-
part 2. I want to hear you guys' take on this. Why are you running the Tracer as your solo DPS?
What can I say? I'm a PogChamp Tracer.
Tracer, well, there's two things. There's one thing is that Tracer can farm tanks for the pulse bombs and get hopefully go
Yeah.
for pulse bombs, right? But of course that's
Ha! The nerf.
I know.
Yeah.
A little bit.
The nerve.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Diva.
if you're relying on Pulse Bomb to get tank kills, then I'm assuming you bomb a tank and go in from there. What you're doing is you're running dive comp with the worst dive tanks ever.
And usually, in this comp, I guess that's what would be the role of the Tracer. But usually, we end up going against other dive comps, which is why we pick up the Tracer to kind of I guess, do the other
To
Tracer.
harass and to distract and to
Yeah.
split attention and to have another front. That's great and all, but you have to be able to win the other front.
Yeah.
What you're essentially betting on is you got a group of 6 here. You ever play Risk?
Oh, love
A long
this.
time ago.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then you
Risk
got
is
a group of 5 here. I don't know why I'm doing you guys in red, but I'm doing it in red. And then you have a goddamn Tracer.
What
And
up?
what you're betting
I'm a wild card, dude. What the heck?
is the Tracer can pop up so much that it splits this group into 4 and 2 or 3 and 3 or whatever, and then this team is able to beat that team, and then you're somehow lost nobody and kill the other guys. It's possible, but let's realistically kind of watch what's happening.
You're on night mark.
Because you put so much weight on the Tracer here, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
It
Don't get
normally
me wrong,
works.
you'll have damage with Hog and Zarya, but you won't have Junkrat level damage.
I mean, if Zarya pretends hard enough, those right clicks can do some meaty damage.
Left click this double right click.
I
Okay,
can't
so you
remember
guys are
Zarya's
deciding-
combo. Can you name it for me?
Right click melee combos. I cannot stress them enough.
I'm not a Zarya, so I don't have
I know
to.
Kazu, Zarya. Kazu, you should know that.
Kazu knows it.
I stole all your Zarya students forever.
It's all good. I mean, I guess.
Alright, so you guys are holding point. Honestly, fine. Go for it. It's definitely not what you want to do with the Tracer, but go for it. Flip the script here, and you're perfect. You know, you have Tracer harassing backline, has a mini to play around, has a mini to play around, has a third mini to play around, has a mega to play around, has a second mega to play around. And meanwhile, you guys are just face tanking all this. Anyone gets low because you don't have as much shield break, and your shield is going to break first. You just hide behind this wall and punish them if they walk up. What you're doing now is you're saying, okay, guys, let's sit on the point, lose shield war, and have them push in and kill us. And so let's watch what happens.
Frog, you rescue their frog here.
Junkrat,
just stamp.
Sams,
Stop.
they...
Back it up.
What?
Back
Yeah,
it up a little.
I think I booped him out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could take it away.
That's all good. I mean, I guess. Yeah, like you said, they just.
Alright,
Oh.
Zarya, you're high. This, they're pushing in, dude. And you're just they're like, let me break this trap. You're high, dude. You're smoking it. You're on that good stuff.
Look
but
at their frog.
man,
See where their frog is?
Where's their
Yeah.
frog? Oh my god.
Yeah, I end up booping
Get
him.
his ass! Don't rescue him!
I'm gonna take it.
Okay, here's the thing though, is the fight has begun. Instantly, all 3 of your tanks have taken a Junkrat shot, which is just about the most stereotypical thing that can happen. But, now you have 2 healers, a tank, 2 more tanks, and a Tracer? I don't know where the Tracer is.
Hi.
Tracer, where are you here?
Dude, I'm behind them. I'm shooting their back.
You're over there?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, you're really doing a lot of work with that 7% alt charge.
Woo!
If
Woo!
Woo!
Woohoo! Let's watch that alt charge count. 8,
But Avium Tam, they're here.
9. Oh, there you go. Where are you? You finally showed up.
And again, it's all about
I actually am looking for you. I want to know where you are.
I think I'm at the gate.
the
Alright, we're
length of
rewinding.
time that the Junkrat is right next to your Moira is stressful to me.
It's yeah. They actually just don't focus you guys, which is a little bit scary. They're like, let's kill Ryan first, and they're like, okay.
I got that. I'm gonna shoot that runner.
Junkrat's like, why shoot? Oh god, that was such a fat
That was a bad
concussion
dude.
mine.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
Look at his
hell.
ult!
19, 40.
But Avium Tam, they're here to brawl. And
He just
Literally,
stands
like this
there.
Junkrat could AFK and still win this fight. Not actually. He just need to have a left click bind.
Oh, that fire strike.
Don't worry.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Don't worry.
Guys, the announcers just got something right. Let me tell you, like announcers always get stuff wrong. It's fun. But it's because they have to defend you guys. Okay, so you charge here. I would like you to
Bye.
witness your health bar. You are being healed to 400 health, and then you press the left shift key.
What if he has a hotkey to a different key?
Nope, he doesn't. I know he
Okay.
doesn't.
Oh, okay. Making sure.
The frequency with which he pushes it tells us this.
The only other thing that it could be would be his left click.
Or his
Alternatively, his right click, because it doesn't look like he shields much, but he sure charges a lot. So you charge in here, and 1 second later you're down 200 health. 2 seconds later you're down 300 health. 4 seconds later you're taking measly damage, and then 6 seconds later you're dead. Which is surprising. You want to know why it took that long? Look at who Junkrat was shooting at this whole time. Not you. That was their not DPS killing you. Their DPS, on the other hand, in this time,
AFKing in the corner.
built
The run got him.
his alt to 73.
And dies
Okay.
for it.
Realistically though, like you charge in here and you just like you're abandoning your team. Which that being said, your team wasn't very organized. Actually, I shouldn't say that because you guys actually it was weird. Like they pushed in. Don't worry about anything in the background right here. I'm drawing new shit. Box 1, box 2, box 3. They push in like this. And then what you guys do is you're like, oh shit, what up, bye dude? But like that looks like a solid like, oh we got this, but like in reality it's like pretty awful. So I'm gonna erase half of it. With just little scraps of blue here and there, you know.
Well, you should put one scrap of blue in the very, very back on the right. Cause that's where I'm at.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
sorry.
Right in the
Sure,
red.
sure.
It's like right next to the red or in the red, you know.
It's right next to the red
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now. I'm
you guys
about to
got
kill
it? Yeah.
junk. Yeah, there.
No, this is right at the beginning of the fight. This is right at the beginning of the fight.
Wait, maybe I need to
And
reset.
then
The one
what
thing
they're
I
gonna
wish-
do is they'll kind of push outwards because you know they can do that with Diva, Reinhardt, Zarya, Lucio, Moira, Junk. And what happens is you guys like so miraculously all get shoved into this corner, and then they're like this. Oh, that's an arrow. Don't worry about that. You didn't see anything.
I don't know what. Where'd it
and-
go?
Ooh,
No
that's
one
a big
knows.
old fat dumb. Quick adjective. Super size arrow, or
Dude, I like the adjectives, man. That's great.
that's the.
I
least
actually
serious
had to sit there for an hour and just give him adjectives. I'm not happy about it.
That was Medic's job. That's Medic's jobs every time. Anyway. And so what happens here is instead of, you know, doing something, well, this is kind of what your Ryan kind of just goes like that. And then instead of like,
Light Brigade.
instead of some like glorious like Battle of the Bulge, like punishing the enemy for doing something dumb, they just kind of kill you. And
Charge
the
Light
Ryan.
Brigade.
I didn't use the third scene, but that's because I was just gonna draw random dots everywhere. Because now we have Kadzo 1v1ing Orion.
But-
We got Tracer
He's shooting
1v1ing
at someone
someone
else, though.
else.
That's
Oh
what-
yeah, sorry, my bad. I expected it. Okay, so let's see.
Rewind
kinda-
to the start of the fight when enemy Lucio's
Hold up.
amp ended.
I wanna draw this real quick.
That's
Oh,
not
boy.
So
dick.
if
box.
this is like the courtyard, okay? You guys feel me? It's like Mega here, stairs here. You guys kind of see what's up?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know my drawings are kind of flawless. It's actually SpongeBob with it.
Oh my God.
Dude, what's
I
yeah?
regret my choices. I regret everything. Anyway, we have we have Tracer like here. Oh, that's a big old it's the big old fat, dumb, ugly, large. Duh.
Hey, you better be careful there. You're calling me fat. I ain't gonna take kindly to that.
Alright, so we got Tracer here,
There
we
you go.
got Moira here, we got Lucia here, that's gonna be a fun one to draw. We got Zarya here.
Right in the middle.
Where's
somewhere.
Hog? No.
Out back right.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Hog's out
Hog's not
like
dead yet.
No, Ryan is. My bad.
Okay, so then the enemies we have Ka-Chow. Is that
That's
two
3.
people?
Add another dot.
Well, I see the diva.
No, there's
Yeah,
4.
no,
No,
that
there's a
is
frog
3.
up by the yeah.
1,
Yeah,
2,
Then
3,
Diva,
4.
and then Rhine. And then where's the last one?
Probably out fighting Hog or something. I don't know.
Junkrat. Who are we
I
missing?
want to say the Zarya is out with the hog.
Junkrat's right next to Kentos or me right now.
I don't know. Doesn't matter
Where I
where he
am.
is. You guys are gonna lose. Cause like realistically, like Tracer can poke here. You're dead. You can't do anything. You can't do anything. You can't do anything. You're dead.
I'm not dead, guys. Yeah.
Jack dead. You're
First
not dead yet though.
They lose to Reinhardt, but at a point it kind of didn't matter.
Kazu survives for a little bit. Actually gets some pretty decent all charge, but could have gotten more.
Scattered as it is,
Junkrat
they're
dead.
focused,
Yay.
turn their heads.
You got him. You
I
won the
almost
fight.
get the Moira. I almost got the Moira there.
Notice like this. I know that like at this point I am really just roasting you, but notice what their Reinhardt does when he gets low, which isn't charge, and instead put his shield up and get barriered by his teammate with a Moira orb healing him. Like what you guys are using barrier and Moira. I don't know about Moira orb. I haven't been paying too much attention to that, TBH. But like your barriers are coming out pre, and then you're swinging, and then you're still swinging, and then you're like, oh crap, I'm 1 health, better put barrier up. No. And like the fight is won for them. Like they know that. It's like he gets healed up and he swings there because he still has barrier on him and he's safe. Like fight's over. So you guys are gonna be regrouping.
Yeah, AVM did start with the first blood you saw.
Oh, AVM did start with the first blood you do.
You know, the one exchange
I
for
shouldn't say
luck.
that. I love Mushu. Mushu's a very nice person. I don't know who the other caster is though.
It's like a
So I can
lemon.
make fun of them. It's who?
Yeah, it's like a lemon something.
Lemon Kiwi.
Lemon key.
Lemon Kiwi. Let's see. Do I know Lemon Kiwi? Found them. Do I know them?
Nope.
Nope. They're in core. That's fun.
They're
I should get them to
Randy's.
join WBC. Just as a community figure. Oh well. I just. All right. Play. Medic. What do you want? Medic just sent me a meme. That's not a very nice meme, Medic.
You can share it with the class. Come on, medic.
No, we're not sharing this meme with the cat class. You're just roasting me.
Medic
Yeah, I
sent it to
understood.
me. Medic sent it to me.
All right. Oh, yeah. This is this fight. What the fuck happens? I want to know where their Reinhardt was this whole time.
He charges into our team right here, or into me or
And
something.
you don't kill him?
He turns and shatters immediately as soon as we shot. As soon as. Oh no! Wait.
No, he's hanging out there. That was his charge.
Huh.
He misses, and then you guys knock him back, and because somebody is so focused on being a DPS, he gets his entire team shattered. You guys punish. Kazu, you're actually doing the Lord's work here. They grab here. So yeah, this is fun. You guys are like, oh, we killed the Rhine, full speed ahead. Then Jack's like, oh my god, there's a Junkrat in front of me. Better drop my shield and swing at him with 200 health. So he drops his shield and swings at him, and then he dies. 1 bomb, 2 bombs, dead. Tracer's also dead. Now you're actually at a disadvantage. You will trade though. Proud of you, Hog. How does that not get DM'd? That's the second thing that I wondered.
We had a whole
Dude,
conversation
we were
about
wondering the
that.
same thing.
We actually
when
talked
watched
about
it.
this.
Yeah, we had the exact
Okay, I
same
want-
question.
Yeah, no, it was definitely passed actually. This is gonna be like absolutely awful for your viewing experience. It's gonna be buffering every 2 seconds, but hang with me here. So Zarya just now grabbed, and the particle's right there. And DM is not up. I wish they re-implemented frame by frame. It's honestly more useful than second by second. Sorry, Zouster, it's just the truth.
Why are you apologizing for your opinion? Zouster bullies you.
Yeah, it's passed. Hog kind of body blocks it so you can't see it, but like by the time you put DM up, like it's there. Zouster does not bully me. I bully Zouster. You've not seen the coaching session that I had with him.
Oof. Was he wounded?
He charged off of an Edge's Reinhardt in front of my very own eyes. Which is almost... Actually, that's less throw than Jack does, because Jack gives the enemy ult charge while he's doing it.
Ooh!
No, it's okay. I play horrible on this. I already said that. This whole series I've watched like 3 times.
What? How to not feed?
Yeah. Basically.
Actually, we have this great thing called Prepare to Attack. It's a podcast that WBC hosted with some podcaster. Goes over, you know, the basic like health and abilities, and I think it might be very helpful for you.
Why are you toxic?
That's toxic.
All right, Tracer saves the fight yet again. Fat pulse bomb, very nice.
Tracer's carry. That was the whole point of getting Tracer, you see?
I really
Wait,
hope that you were.
You never let me go over my thing.
Which thing, Matic? I've been looking at your
In
goddamn
addition-
notes.
This is still the first fight, but in addition to saving the Lucio, they just used Amp. If you swap to speed and your tanks collapsed on Junkrat, he had no concussion mines. There was no Amp on speed to save him. Their Lucio just used Boop on your Lucio. You could have murdered him and prevented most of your team from dropping.
I feel like when I look at you guys play, that it's like little atoms, all right? Just really hot atoms that are just not
Really sexy
Ooh,
Adam.
hot.
really sexy atoms that are just like vibrating around, right? And every once in a while they hit like an enemy, and then something's good. But like in general, like you guys are just kind of like going with the flow, you know? Like
Gotta be
Reinhardt's like, you better slam my face into this Junkrat twice.
Oof. My favorite Reinhardt charge is coming up.
he just
I
voiced
forgot
my
about that one.
Alright, so I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even see him. Like,
Oh, you didn't see him, so you were
I
just
didn't-
planning to charge off the edge.
I
In
didn't
front of
even-
my
no, no,
very
no,
own eyes.
No, I wasn't me charging off. I think I get pinned off. I get pinned off the cliff. Yeah, he pins me off the cliff, you see?
Wait, then how does D.Va kill you?
Oh, then he shoots me in the air, I think? Question mark?
dude, don't you like
D.Va
my
shoots
little?
you before the Reinhardt dies.
I
Or
don't pin
after.
the Rhine off. I don't pin the Rhine off the cliff. I would have got the kill for it. I get pinned off the cliff. I guess in that 1 second that I'm in the air, I get shot. See, look.
She didn't even shoot at you. How did
No.
she kill you?
Yeah, she did.
killed
Look.
me mid-air. She killed me mid-air. She killed me mid-charge.
No, she
I
can't.
know.
You're full
Wait,
HP.
You're right.
You dummy!
I
Look,
did
look,
charge.
look,
Look at Moira's dead body!
No, look at the body. It's the red Rhine charging me. Look, it is the red Rhine. I told you. I
Yes,
get
it's a
charged off
red
the cliff.
Rhine. Either way, why did you just get pinned off of an edge?
I don't know.
Do you have a brain?
I don't even. We came flying all the way from the gate entrance. He just.
Look at the shaky. Shaky.
I want to check something real quick.
Boom. Fat.
22% So first of all, 25% remake. But second of all, she was at 22% alt before. And
Wait,
when
how
she
did she get that so
respawns-
fast? Wait, what? How did
Because she killed you!
She got
Somehow.
I think she got the kill on me.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why she got all of her ult in a millisecond.
That's insane. There's no way that was planned.
Hey,
I mean,
that's
that's
actually
not-
pretty smart if you think about it. Like, because the person does a lot, a lot
Don't
of
worry, Diva,
There was
I'll
one
save you.
very fun strat that I did as Diva, which was like it was ulting on like the Lijiang bridge, right? And I knocked this Winston off so far, but then he leaped once like back in the air to like try to survive. But like by that time, like I remeched and he ulted again to try to get out, but he still died. Like he couldn't leap in time because you know there's that little bit of a delay.
Yeah.
And so I got 1,000 Winston ult charge the second I remeched. And I got like from 0% ult to like, I don't even know how much it was. It was like 40 or 50, I think, which was insane. Because then I just played super aggro and ulted before the next fight started. And they're like, what the fuck, Diva? It was fun.
Shaky aim.
Great melee.
Thank you.
Jack, stop feeding.
Wait, I got pinned off the cliff from. We were over here in the corner fighting, and he charges me all the way from over there, all the way off.
Yeah,
Like
I
close
know
to where
it's
it comes
tough, but there's two things that you need to not get pinned off of an edge. Three things. One,
Press shift
a
back.
brain. Two, ears to hear him start charging,
No, press shift.
and then a hand to turn towards him and press shift.
That's like four things though. It's like turn
A hand, a brain,
two hands. You need
and
two
ears.
hands.
Too much for me.
You need
No.
two hands.
You don't need two hands. You mouse bind it.
Fine, rebind it to right click. It's not like you use shield anyway.
I'm rewinding the right click,
Oh,
guys.
oh, here comes my favorite Ryan. Here it comes.
Is this what I thought? Is this the part that I think? Yeah, this is.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Oh,
let's watch
boy.
this, y'all. Okay, so they're definitely going to be starting this fight here. They definitely have more ults, and sure enough, their Ryan's going to be getting pretty aggro. I'd be a little bit worried about that. So first thing you do when you get in is make sure you just shatter the second you can into the enemy Reinhardt shield. And when that doesn't work out, wait for them to beat and Coalescence and Tire, and then charge.
So bad. Wait.
Wait, no, sorry, you don't
Well,
charge.
I didn't charge.
You just
See?
you fire strike. My
I
bad. My
pressed
bad.
S.
You only fire strike.
Fat hook.
Now you charge. What
killed
did you
Moira.
charge into?
I
Got
killed
the
Moira.
Moira.
Did they charge?
No, he charges. He got the Moira.
Yeah, they
charged.
tried
Oh,
to
that was a
charge.
nice pin.
I got junk. You got Moira.
You still definitely should not have though, because you know they're like doing damage. Hog needs your shielding, but whatever, I guess. All right, this is you guys obviously call right now. Move back to point.
Well,
What
I'm
do you guys
taking the
see? Something-
Reinhardt. So I didn't go back to point.
Like, here's the thing. Like, Tracer's okay with this, but like you're playing so separate from your team. Like, I'd be able to analyze it more if like they would actually like, spectate you, but they don't want to spectate you because you're just like feeding.
Oh.
But I think
Oh,
now Zord
oh.
is really carrying
Ryan!
the team on this.
Wait. What?
They just used Tire and they're already at 60. Do you want to know why?
Oh no, I know.
This is why.
This is why I'm hot.
This is why your Moira's always empty.
That was a better role for him than the reach.
Pulse bomb comes out instantly. Actually, that not
Oh,
instantly.
so I thought I stuck Ryan here
You
and
did.
killed him,
It got barriered.
but bubbled. Literally, I didn't even see the bubble come out. Is that fast?
Yeah,
Look
it
at
was
the
really,
timing of bubble. It's
it was
so
really
good.
clutch. Yeah, it was pretty legit right there. It is a bubble though. You can tell
It is
because
a
of those
bubble.
particles right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's actually.
Wait,
wild.
or is that the? I don't know.
No,
Those
it's-
aren't the
it's-
right
You
part.
can also
It's these
tell
part-
from the
these
laser of
particles.
suck.
Yeah, that thing. Anyway, good feed. Realistically though, like in this situation, like you have to keep track of Zarya barriers. Like I don't know if you did it first time when you got the fat bomb on the.
I did. I
Zarya and the
made
Moira?
sure to. I stuck a Zarya there. I watched her use her. Thing.
But like what I'm saying the good luck. You guys just kind of. You guys, that's fun right there. Yeah. Imagine if there's a Junkrat trap like right there. This is like free for all for the Ryan. Like, oh fuck.
Looks
Anywho,
like I'm a diva right now.
you guys are just like trying stuff like pre-fight, like random different stuff. Like it doesn't seem like you have much coordination. Like you could like, I hate to say it, but like you could charge in or something with that tracer bomb, with DM and hook or something, and like hook the Ryan and pulse bomb him. When I say charge, I mean like to the line and then speed boost back. I don't mean to goddamn Timbuktu, pal. I don't mean to charge Nepal.
Alright.
Anywho, theirs is better, yours is worse. My question is like, where were you?
I think it goes behind me. Like I couldn't.
Did you press S?
Wait, wait. Where's the bomb?
Man, I love spectator cam. All right, there's even bomb.
Oh,
land.
Their
it goes
bomb's
into the
like
corner.
point?
It goes into the right corner.
Yeah, it lands back that way. You're, oh god, this is so. You're blocking like that. Healers, do you remember where you were here?
I don't remember.
This is like
I
2-3
don't.
weeks ago.
Where were you
I think
when the
I may
bomb
have been on
fell?
point.
I
may have been on
imagine,
point.
yeah, I imagine back that way near point, which is Reinhardt's fault for not blocking you. You're doing a real great job about blocking that pillar, though. I'm proud of you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so mean to Jack, but don't worry. It's all coming for you eventually.
Just you wait.
I mean to Jack simply because I can never spectate healers, and whenever it spectates DPS, like literally never, it'll never let me, and it's never gonna spectate Diva or a Hog unless Hog's ulting, which it did once, and you literally can't throw with a Hog ult unless you throw it into a Diva, which by the way you did do.
You know, I always expected to get a little more roasty than so far. I haven't,
Oh.
He'll turn up the flames. Just you wait.
You're a tracer in a 3 DPS tank. Like I can't roast you if you don't do anything.
I got us the point. Come on, there's no praise.
Congrats on having high mobility. I'm proud of you.
Woo!
Try having some damage next time, and actually maybe pulse bombing someone that actually dies.
Ryan would have been deaded.
Hey, Ryan would not have been deaded.
We would have killed him. There's no way we wouldn't have.
You want to know what would have happened? It would have blown up, done a ton of damage to him, and then he would have gotten bubbled and defense matrix and Moira healed. You don't have the damage to do that.
We could have.
Like you might defense matrix. You have no beam weapons, and you have nothing that can do 200 damage through a shield. Anyway, theirs is better than yours. You lose.
Oh.
This is why Tracer kind of sucks, because you just got 1v1 by a Moira.
The Junkrat trap helped. See, he
Junkrat.
got an assist.
And then they're just gonna push in a point and clean you guys up. I mean, yeah, that's what happens when you, I guess, like half split yourself up, half not even try to fight Shield War in a comp versus comp that requires you to try to fight Shield War.
You guys are really against Shield War. Like I noticed with the Reaper and the Tracer, you guys are running everything you can to flank and not do Shield War.
I'm gonna focus on Shield War right now. Right now, like you guys could be like fighting a Shield War. Actually, wait, never mind. You're going around. That's fine. But like right here, like Shield War, right? Hog throws a hook. Ryan starts swinging. You're DMing. Like fight do damage.
Is that the start of a charge? I see.
That looks like this.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh, shit.
Start of an enemy
No,
charge
it's
who pins
not.
Kodzo. So here's what I really don't like. Watch the enemy Ryan health. As he's surrounded by 5 of your most wonderful teammates. Oh, I'll talk
That's a
about
good
that. Don't
shatter.
worry. I'll talk about that. Anyway, but ults are actually fun here. Watch this. Ready? Coalescence. Shatter. But here's one thing, y'all. I'd like you to pay extra special attention to Jack.
Oh, I get
here.
pooped as I'm pressing Q to shatter the
No.
Moira.
No. No.
Wait,
I'll
is
show
it
you
yes?
exactly what happened. All right, so shielding against your own team here, effective, gets you to take another Junkrat bomb. You get knocked up in the air. At this point, you get knocked back. You have not ulted yet. You still have your shield out. You hammer down at this point in the air. while at approximately 100 health, which, by the way, if you were on the ground, you would have died first. Nonetheless, you die before you hit the ground. On the flippity flip there, Reinhardt charged into your backline and shattered. It looks like he got someone just for the fact that he's only taken 100 damage, and that would be physically impossible
I
for
think
you guys
Hog
to
and
do.
Diva, he gets Hog and Diva.
Tracer?
It looks like I'm not. No, I'm on the far right. I'm like next to him. I think I'm melting Junkrat.
I think he's
Yeah,
taking
you're
damage
definitely
from the
not melting the
coalescence.
Rhine who just charged into your backline. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I mean, I could have been hammered.
I'm serious though. Like honestly, like Rhine, when their Rhine charges in, like you should just backed up to this doorway, kept your shield up, and let your team melt him. Actually, he still would have shattered. That would have been a little rough. I don't know.
I think
That would've
Jack
been the right
still
call.
died due to coalescence, though.
Because Shatter's still broken, you could
Yeah,
boop
he
him
dies
though.
to coalescence.
Dude,
It's because he gets knocked up in the air with 100 health.
I know, but he's gonna die to it. He would have died either way.
Well, Story's got the
Looks
You
like
have a
it's up to
Moira
the-
of your own with coalescence.
That's true.
Does more healing
Oh,
than
wait.
damage. Oh, a lot.
They get shattered. Wait, Mori, I'm gonna get shattered.
No.
I didn't
so.
see myself get
I
shattered.
think.
No,
No,
it's-
there's
No,
nothing to coalesce.
Rhine already shattered.
She was on left side. She backed up. She didn't
Oh,
get
no,
shattered.
Yeah, I turned away because you broke LOS.
She went back.
for Flying.
Yeah.
It's the Hog and the Diva get shattered.
Yeah.
Also,
So-
Lucio, how much practice do you have ruining Shatter? It's still bugged. Like, just take Jax into a custom game with you, set ult rates to ridiculous, and practice booping right before the texture appears on the ground.
Okay.
It will go off, he will lose his ult, but
That's
no
true.
one will get shattered.
don't
It's
play enough
still
Lucio
broken,
for that.
it's been
That's
a year
fucking
now.
dumb.
It makes you want to hang myself because it happens often.
Okay.
You just have to boop him even the slightest amount up as the texture comes out.
All right, so like here's the TLDR of this fight right now is you've lost your Rhine, they've lost their Rhine, but here's the difference. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I'm gonna do little green X's for this instead. That was pretty spot on, y'all. I'm agree one trick now. But then they have, you know, where's the last person on their team?
I think it's Diva.
It
Oh,
is
no.
Diva, but I don't know where. No. Oh,
Hell.
right. Anyway. Like first of all, like Moira's pretty cut off. Moira, I don't know if you have fade here. We'll see in a second on if you die or not to Junkrat. If
Yeah, I
you
do. I
die-
just got coalescence, so should be back.
Okay, yeah, you good. So you should be able to live here and fade into your team. You should be totally fine there. But like the main issue is like if Junkrat comes behind and then like this whole group of people comes, big old fat, dumb, thick, super size arrow.
What's up with this super size? You know, like, what about Mega? Come on, bro.
It's my list, dude. It's my goddamn list.
You want me to add Mega to the list?
Yeah, I
No.
think Mega.
Okay.
That's a big enough arrow.
Anyway, like you're screwed. Like Junkrat's banging from behind, all these guys doing DPS in the front. You don't have a Rhine, like you can't survive that. Diva can only defense matrix one way. Hog, you can probably pop your heal to tank the damage from the other way, but to have that level of coordination and to assume that Junkrat bombs are going to hit only those two people or whatever, it's kind of, you know, unrealistic. And so sure enough, Junkrat will come in the back. He's actually going to be doing kind of a shitload of damage, which is fun. Kazu, you get demech'd pretty soon here, I remember. Do you? I thought you did. Anyway, you guys play this well though, and I do want to talk about that because it kind of starts out pretty poorly, and you know, coalescence comes out. Welcome back, but you guys take the opportunity to kind of push around the back in this time, which I would love to be able to show you, but it doesn't feel like it. Essentially, Hog has pushed out the back door to fight the Junkrat, or at least the middle door. I'm not 100% sure which because
They came out the
I
middle.
can't know. Middle,
I think
okay.
I tried to hook Moira or
And
something.
then you guys have also taken this opportunity to kind of keep moving around this way and make a third front, you know. And then since you came out that door, you killed Junkrat because at that point it's an easy kill, you know, because you're not stuck in a hallway. And you're able to get the junk, which is actually going to give you a good push. They'll self-destruct. By the way, that was a really fast build for self-destruct, which is fun. You also pulse bomb the Zarya, which is really nice because obviously I assumed that you were keeping track of bubbles. We'll just say that you were. Just throw it
I
over her
can't
head or
remember.
something. That was kind of weird.
I was like, yeah.
But yeah, like this, yo, like this is what you need to play with, like, you know, like you cap the point and now you're trying to get kills after the fight. Like Reinhardt in the front, not putting his barrier up, that's still kind of bad, but like that, you hook him through, melt him, a little bit of stagger here. I don't know why you aren't blocking him. You're so aggro as Ryan. I really hope you fixed it.
I have a more recent VOD. Like I said, I played absolutely horrible during that whole series.
Okay. Tracer?
Dude, this.
Tracer.
Okay,
Tracer.
I have an
Tracer.
explanation.
Explain right now.
Alright, so there's a Zarya there with bubbles, and there's a trap, and it's spooky. Okay. The Zarya is scary, dude. Okay.
Okay,
So
wait,
it's
what
like,
are you explaining?
Dude,
What do you
so
think
let's-
you're explaining?
Dude, this is what's gonna happen, right? They're gonna combo, and you're gonna be like, "Why don't you kill the Junkrat?" And
No.
I'm like,
That's not what I'm gonna
Oh.
say. I'm gonna say, why don't you press your voice talk button and say, hey guys, there's a Junkrat and a Zarya
I
on
said
the high
Junkrat
ground,
up top.
completely
I said
alone.
Junk up top. Like a
Okay.
solid 90. that
Step
said Junk
two,
up top.
step two. We've surpassed plat level. We're now at diamond level. Say, I
Right.
think they might have all. Step three, we're back at silver level. Junkrat, here now, folks. Junkrat pops tire and Zarya is flying down from the roof.
There's a bomb there. He shot. Look, go back a little bit. You see he shot. Like a
Yeah, I
little
know
more.
he shot.
Yeah, so I can't just jump in there.
That
Yeah, you
doesn't
can't
prevent you
jump in
from
there.
hearing
Say
Riptire.
Diva defense matrix.
I did. No, I shot at Riptire. I shot.
Sorry, you should have teleported into the Junkrat so he blew you up instead of my team.
Yeah, my bad. I did shoot Tire.
Realistically though, like this needed to be like some baseball level like communication. Like you see the ball, you toss the ball, you throw the ball to Diva. Diva defense matrix is the ball. The ball's the grab.
Oh, sorry. I was confused about which one was the ball. Was it the
Yeah, don't worry,
Riptire?
but don't think too deep. Don't think too deep into it. Essentially, though, like this needed to be like really fast on you guys, and it wasn't fast enough, and they're able to do this without 1, 2, 3 people noticing. 4, 5. Actually, I think Diva and Moira noticed. It's just too late. Nope, you guys
Nope.
don't notice. And like the moment this touches the ground, it's too late. You know?
Yo, you should let the pupper out.
You're already dead.
Oh my wama. Mo Shinderu. Nani. That was funny, y'all. I try to make
Haha!
jokes.
Funny joke!
God, I hate this guy. Get him out of here. Kick him off the team.
Get him out.
He killed Junkrat.
I killed him!
Oh my god, you're such a legend. Ryan, you ended
Mission
up killing the
complete.
enemy, Ryan, but you also died, so you know. Game Grumps? That's not Game Grumps.
There
That's
you go.
like, that's like a
game.
general.
I put it in meme chat. There you
That's
go.
a general meme, yeah.
Have the audio.
Everyone just take time to watch this real quick.
No.
Oh, this is quality. I've seen this. None more. Well, nani? Omae wa oshinderu. Nani?
Shinderu.
Alright.
Alright, continue. That was funny. God,
Funny joke.
you ungrateful heathens. You bigly, meaty, chunky, ungrateful heathens.
Okay, some of those you can't combo. You gotta pick a different
can't.
order.
I can't do, yeah. It's tough. Anyway, you lose the fight. Believe it or not. It's 89%, so you have to group up really fast here, which is really good because they managed to kill you guys all at once, which is actually like really in your favor.
Except me.
Right
I
then.
didn't die. There I am. Hi.
They managed to kill all the useful members of the team.
Such a... Wow.
Okay, so going in here, like, it's tough because you don't exactly have time to diddle daddle and wait for a good opportunity. Even though you're just putting this opportunity last game because the same exact goddamn thing happened. What? Huh?
Ooh, NY Exile and Dynasty are both playing today.
But Tracer, you're going for the healers here. That's okay. Ryan, great shatter in the back. Like, you guys start this fight off really well. Ryan charges in, pins the enemy. Ryan, that's nice. So, like, from here, like, the fight's going really well in your favor. And there should be no reason you lose it. And spoiler alert, which you guys already know, you do not end up losing it, which is good. However, you guys still make a lot of mistakes, which is, like, primarily this. With Hog back here, where's D.Va to be found? Like, you still have to peel. Like, this is a Tracer harassing backline right now. Like, D.Va, you should be on that, you know? Or Moira, at least. Then again, you kind of have to pocket Jack 24/7. And actually, you are kind of on that. D.Va's not on that. Wait, that's the enemy D.Va. Where are you, Kodzo?
He's right there in the Hog. Never mind. I don't. Did he die?
That's Hog.
I have my heal thing, so D.Va must be in this corner. I must be trying to heal her on the other side.
No, I think you're just trying to heal Tracer. I'm not gonna lie.
No, look at Kazo. Kazo's not at 100 HP, or 100%. I'm assuming he must be in the corner.
I hear him. Yeah,
He's not getting healed though.
There he is.
Yeah, he's right there where I'm sitting.
Why?
Yeah.
He remexed. He was out of mech.
I understand that, but like, why there? Oh, he's self.
Fight. Shit show.
I don't like it.
Right now, because now the entire team is.
Anywho, you guys are going to be able to win this fight pretty handily. Main thing, like, why? You leave all of them so open. Like, you create the space, did? Whatever. You guys win the fight. It's not that bad.
Oh my God, what an incredible
You guys
retake
make some,
from
like,
Lux.
you just play so aggro on Ryan.
Cod's
You know?
self-destruct.
Like, it's okay if, like, it's Zarya D.Va. Like, you could maybe be playing like this if your Zarya and your D.Va were synced enough to not screw each other over. But, like, only then. And maybe you even need, like, Ana Moira. Like, Mercy Honor, Mercy Moira, or whatever. Just because, like, to play that aggro is, like, really kind of crazy. Tell me, why Sombra here? When Jack's name is, one of his tags is literally Happy Sombra is dead.
Oh, because I hate Sombra, but we run Sombra because Zorg's good at Sombra.
Yeah, I'm a Sombra main, by the way.
I actually want
does
to know
that
if we
mean
could,
Sombra's
because we don't
good?
know much time. I want to know if we can move to like to Nepal.
Yeah, okay. Essentially, TLDR for the Pharah Mercy is because you're kind of running the Sombra, you aren't able to zone out the Pharah Mercy as well, and because you aren't able to zone out the Pharah Mercy as well, they kind of get, you know, free range in their backline like the Pharah is doing right now. Anywho. And because they get free range in the backline, they just get a lot of farm, a lot of all charge. What time is Nepal? Whatever, I'm just gonna skip to random.
I
Go
don't
with it.
remember.
That's not Nepal. Ugh, you guys did so
What's the
poorly on
reading?
that map. Nepal, third map or fourth map? It has to be fifth map.
It's
Yeah, you're gonna feel
fifth map. Yeah, it's fifth.
Because it's control. I can read. This is not Nepal.
Wait, Nepal? Did I meant Ilios. Sorry, I think I meant Ilios. I want to do the last control map.
Well, it's Ilias, alright.
I'm on fire. Foggers.
Hey.
I couldn't see the Lucio. Don't judge me.
Okay, perfect. I actually skipped to the perfect time. Give me 2 seconds, I'm gonna get water. Throw a turn. I forgot to get it at the beginning. I know, right? What a bot.
Plot cat or plot coach, by the way.
I'm still here!
Wait for a solid minute before talking crap. No
The medic is never gone.
It would have been funnier if you could have said it right. God damn.
If you're gonna meme on Woostis, you have to do it with Photoshop. That's
No
the correct
medic.
way.
No medic.
Yeah, Photoshop. Okay.
You're not the only one who has a file now.
Oh.
Mine's better though.
Yeah, you dang.
Woostis, I've made gifts for you. I haven't had an
okay.
occasion for some of them yet though.
Continuing. Fair Mercy, Lucio McCree, Rissa Hog, Fair Mercy, Tracer. Lucio Hog, or, you know?
I click heads.
Only difference is obviously second DPS. You guys actually have like a huge advantage with this, as long as you can, you know, not peel. Because if she's just harassing Mercy the whole time and Lucio the whole time, then like you really won't have any healing for these three, and like that'll be bad. Because believe it or not, healing is important in this game.
Heal or else win the game.
Both sides, Roadhogs.
All right, amazing first pick. Proud of you.
The early boot from Jingles.
So here's what I don't like. I understand why, Lucio, but like, you want to know who can do a lot more than you? Literally anybody. Speed boost them in, or even better, multiple
Wait,
people.
Is that
Like-
McCree with him on the right?
Yes, it's McCree.
Dude, I like this speed
He's
boost.
abandoned the McCree. Oh my god, it works.
It works. Dude, now look, now we're coming back. Dude,
Do you-
dude, that's
okay.
Mission Impossible.
I am not happy with this.
Was that a flashbang on a Orisa that was halted that I just saw? That was a
Maybe.
complete waste? No, it wasn't. You hit her right as she
You
comes out.
hit
That's
her
fine.
and she
Makes
gets.
you kill her. That's fine, I guess. That's
Dude,
cool.
Mission Impossible. Look, I'm coming back now, dude. I'm like, Jack, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm
but
here
like
for-
health. Well, not anymore. He's
Not
self-healed.
anymore.
But like they're all really low, and like this also means he
I
actually
got direct
dies.
rocketed. I got
No,
direct
you
rocketed.
didn't. You got
like
fucking
that.
Tracer. Look at
Did
the
I
kill
get
feed,
Tracer?
bot.
I know, no, but later, look. Oh, maybe I didn't get Tracered instantly. I thought I got hit by a direct rocket.
Maybe it's because you went all the way
That's
alone
what
on
you
the right
get
side
with
without
for
any healing,
McCree
without any
flanking.
tanks.
This
Yeah.
is what you deserve.
Zorg
My
McCree
green
flanks a lot.
I get away with a lot. Let's be real.
Literally the first time you did it, you didn't get away with it.
First time. Come on, bro.
You're 0-1.
I got the Orisa with the Lucio, so I mean.
All right, Tracer's in the back line. This is kind of what I was talking about with Peel, and actually will work out pretty well with the exception of, ignoring a Lucio that's in the back line. Fair's just kind of like, oh, that's a Lucio in the back line. I'll toss one rocket at him. Nah, never mind. I'll shoot for Mercy instead. All right, there's literally no physical reason why you should lose this 1v1, especially since you have the McCree. That being said, he was dealing with the Tracer, so like it's understandable, but like not understandable,
Going on my flank.
Oh boy.
Hey.
Time to up that count to 0-2.
Let's
No.
stand still and shoot at the
Dude,
Pharah,
I'm not
yeah?
getting shot at. Hey, I'm gonna sit there.
That's literally
If
how
you got hooked off the edge right now, you would deserve
I
it.
did.
Let's count how
I
many
did
ways he
though.
can die. 1,
Halt
2,
into the hole. Hook
3.
into the hole.
The Lucio's
Technically
not
she's
there.
dead.
Yeah. she's
Concussion mine
Did you
into
just
the
say
hole.
that Lucio's not there? Do you want me to go back to the James Bond thing that your Lucio just did, crossing the
he's
entire
not
map in
right next
literally
to
a
me.
second?
He's
It
not
literally
here.
takes like one.
It is
I got
not that
blasted.
long. You can just nume across. If I saw
got
McCree do
blasted
this,
too.
I would be on his ass.
Anyway, like Halt exists and
whose
Hook
Mercy is this?
exists.
That's
Damn.
their mercy.
You gotta be careful of the road.
Is she
hogs, you gotta be
throwing?
careful of the Lucios,
At least you halt her back up
I
to give her
think
a
I-
chance. That was nice.
That would,
Sounds like a
dude, it would have been a
shooter.
complete throw if she actually got away from the hole because of it.
If I remember right, I booped her towards.
Well, I saw how low she
on
was.
the
It's
wall.
like, wait, did I just? Wait, go back a second here.
You're like, baby, come back.
No, look at what I do. They halt me when I throw my shield down. So it
Dude,
throws it off
shield
the
into the
cliff.
pit.
Well, there it go.
No.
Yeah, that's his shield.
I'm pressing it down as
You
it's split.
definitely press E after you were looking over the pit. Like this was not a delay sort of thing. This was I'm over the pit. Let's press E.
He was sending it down there for the enemy Roadhog.
And no, it's the mercy too.
It's for the
Yeah.
mercy too.
I really hate that. Like literally, like 4 of your 5 or 6 kills have been environmentals. Just saying.
How is the Mercy already low? Why is she like this?
Jingles is a god. Except when he just decides to, not shoot.
Jingles is a god up until he's a bot.
You have
I
a
can agree
hit
with
scan. So what are you doing better right now than shooting at the Pharah? Like for this next couple seconds, like what are you doing that's better than that? Hovering? You're just like looking at the choke point, like at least zone out Pharah, because like that. You can hit the
Going
Pharaoh.
for another boot, probably.
And AVM are gonna try their
Doesn't
hand
work.
at going close to the well again. Fatality
She would have
being
been saved
backline,
anyways.
Alright,
AVM
Pulse Bomb
need to
comes out on
retake
your
this
Orisa.
fight.
She won't die because you're Pulse Bombing an Orisa. You waste your flashbang at some point and
I was
won't get the
using
kill.
water.
Pharaoh ults
I got styled on.
into a Lucio beat, so you're all fine.
They want to be able to continue to hold on to this, but Cicero and the rest of the team, they're starting to make their ground.
You boop Hog. That's very nice, except you're going on a flank route and you're gonna die because of it.
I got Tracer that time.
Like, you can actually have more impact by not flanking. You know that, right? Like, flanking, how it works is you have no impact, really high impact half the time, and really low impact the other half of the time. And then it pretty much goes back to normal because you either die either way or you've won the fight. And the alternative is just like, you know, generally having a lot of impact. And so we can do a fun math problem here. We'll take the integral from 0 to x of dy dx f of x. I don't even know anymore. The area under the graph is larger. Y'all, this is the stiffest team ever. Laugh at my jokes, okay?
I have push to talk enabled, so you're not hearing my laughter, but I am amused.
Well, put it on voice activation, okay? I need to feel better about myself. God damn.
Oof.
Like, I make these are good, these are high quality jokes.
Whiff. My name is Whiffrey.
Who needs headshot? Oh,
Their
oh.
Lucio's dead inside.
Han!
Not enough success to get them the team
That was a
fight
little
win.
depressing,
Thus
I'm
far
not
now,
gonna lie.
staggering-
Did
Twice?
you know?
Why?
Oh my god.
He's
You
around the
die?
corner!
You die? The Lucio kills you?
No, he kills
Mercy
Ellie.
gets to res the Orisa.
He gets ulted.
Okay, at least you get the Tracer. You still haven't died. I'm
I
amazed.
knew. Oh,
Rad.
I almost got it.
Just-
I almost
If you're not
got
gonna
it.
kill anyone,
I tried.
no, just like honestly, like it's just as easy to hang on to it because people forget how long it lasts until Hog just stand in front of you, then they can't see you.
Fair enough.
Like
fair
this is
enough.
actual
Yeah,
like
that's
stuff right now. Is like
that's
just have
fair
him
enough.
stand in front of you. People are dumb and they can't count time during fights.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
fair. You know what? That's a
forget
fair.
that it's a thing.
That's a fair point. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm yoinking that.
Like, body me.
Realistically here though, like it's a little tough. You have to be a little careful here. Focusing, you know, targets that get too aggro is gonna be huge. That was a enormous pull, Jack.
Yay. I did
Big
something
brain
right.
play. Does it get her though?
Something good.
No, it doesn't get her. Pharaoh saves her. Sorry. Never mind. It's not enormous
It's
anymore.
still huge.
I'm a little disappointed at that all because I hope you realize that it can do nothing. Where's your DPS?
Sorry, Frankie.
So messy. I don't know if you guys win this or not. I can't remember.
I'm being melted.
I hope you don't win this. You don't deserve to.
What do you mean?
You're going to though. Unless Pharaoh dies. Oh my fucking god, they C9. You guys did not deserve to win that.
What?
Like, you do well sitting behind the Moir or the Orisa, but like half the time, like you're not doing anything. Like all you're doing is existing, you know? Meanwhile, they're actually like making plays and messing the plays up, which is why that you like end up getting this value out of it, you know? Like your Lucio, like first of all, why are you there? It's my first question.
I was going for
Fat
another
boobs.
boop.
You're going for the boop?
Yeah.
Did it work?
Nope.
It worked
I'm
well,
not
it's
saying
good.
I'm not saying I should have done it. I'm just explaining why I was there.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't worth it. I'm not gonna lie. Especially since like both of your DPS were, I guess, coming back from spawn. Like they kind of need you alive. Like I get the high risk, high reward, but it's also 99 to 0, so you don't really have to do that.
Yeah.
If it was 99 to 99, I'd say okay, yeah, that consider it. But also, it's probably still the safer play to, you know, not because the whole, you know, graph thing I just freaking
Look at the
Yeah.
hog. It looks like he's leaning over it. Like, hi,
you
buddy.
were leaning over it to shoot at him, which, by the way, is how you get hooked, Kodzo. BM is how you get hooked. I'm serious. Like, if you get to the edge and wave high, like, that's how you die.
Like, I see you.
only almost lands. Zorg, he's falling so low, but he finally gets behind that shield. But here comes the
Like, you know, the Tracer poking around the back there. Like, honestly, at this point, like, Daikon should have been able to kill you guys. Should have, you know, had a brain. But instead, like, Tracer dies, and then Fair is way too far up because all he has is his Mercy. And you guys were about to kill him, I hope. But, like, either way, you win because they walk off the point.
Keep watching. Look, I'm
I have
shooting
no
him.
idea. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Orisa, I have no idea how this Orisa left the point. Like, why would she leave the point? They had no DPS
Yeah, I have
on
no
her,
idea.
right?
Yeah,
Was she
none-
worried about
neither
getting
of us were.
pulled?
I don't think anyone was focusing her.
Interesting. Big brain. Changing up triple tank McCree. I actually really like triple tank McCree. I think it's very, very strong.
I love it.
Just you have that stun kind of hook, the high damage combo. Oh, right click melee. I love you, Katsu.
This is my corner.
This is good though. Like guys, y'all, this is good right here. This is good. With the exception of a little bit too much swinging on Jack's side. You can actually build more alt charge sometimes by not swinging all the time and then waiting to swing and then actually hitting people with it.
Oh.
Yeah. That's because I'm pausing and playing a ton Kadzo. You can refresh if you need to.
Yeah,
Also
I need
change
to.
the resolution because it only changes it for you. You don't have to be able to see stuff. Oh, you can't because this is McFlippin.
I'm here now.
Yeah. Broadcasted GG is not a big enough stream to have multiple resolutions. Feels bad. I'll follow them, so maybe one day they will be. Maybe one day. Anyway, great shot there. And like this is why it's strong in my opinion. Is you know like you're just kind of like sitting tight and melting people that are coming in. You get the early pick on the Tracer. Flashbang comes out. You instantly kill the
Monkey.
Winston because of it. Like
That's my special little corner. Where
it
I
is.
hide.
It's nice with the exception
Kazu
of
does
like.
the same thing.
Like realistically, like you shouldn't be in a corner. Like you should be kind of playing around stuff. But
Dude, that bar is
it works.
spooky.
I know, but like you should be zoning her. Because like she's building so much. Like she's at 80% all because she's just been shooting at your tanks all day. It takes you 2 seconds to walk out there, shoot 2 shots at her, and have her run away for 10 seconds. You know.
Dude, she has a mercy though. I gave like 2 shots.
Either way, just have her run away for like 4 seconds. I don't know.
Just double tinker, dude. Don't worry about it.
Dude, I get play of the game for this. Just saying.
That right there.
Yeah, this is it. This is play of the game.
He's gonna have a bad time if he tries to
That's
play
play of the game.
Yeah.
Shot from the sky from Zorg, and Lex are gonna have that first team.
Gotta
fight
get all
going.
the sprays in,
Running
you
this
know?
triple tank, especially a Roadhog and
I actually
Raven
have
close range on support.
quite the habit of
It's gonna
spraying
give
all
them
the
an
time.
Alright,
advantage
you
if
get the
you
first
have
thing.
really
You're
good
building
comp.
some more alt. Very smart. Very
Vitality,
smart.
no
Gets
putting your
instantly
Barrage
defense matrix because they have a
start off
diva.
with
I got a quick question for you.
Shoot me. Always.
So, Kazu ended up getting booped off the edge by the Pharah, and because we just won that fight, I actually, as Lucio, end up going back to spawn to help him get back to point faster. Is that worth it, or should I just stay with the rest of the group and let him walk back by himself?
I would have to. Let me look back on like how long it took everyone to die because that's what this is going to be based off of.
Okay.
Because like realistically, like you have a 10-second window after they die for them
Uh-huh.
to respawn, and then like another 6 or 7 seconds depending on like the comp or whatever, to get back. But
Bring much damage to it, but they can't kill the people
she dies
like Zorg.
pretty
They
late.
have a bad time for fatality on this
Yeah, there's a big stagger on this Pharah
He's gonna
though.
have a bad time.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Farah staggered
considering.
on.
Okay, gets-
But like, it's tough.
But I think they
There's-
push in without the Pharah possibly.
Yeah. And Fair's higher mobility than Zarya. And Zarya's still not respawned.
Yeah, so right now I'm like on the way back to our spawn to get him. And so I'm just
I
wondering
think it
if
was
that was
worth
worth it.
The only thing that I think actually no. And the reason is because without the Zarya, you still have a lot of sustain with the 2 tanks, Moira, Lucio, and McCree. Like if they push
Uh-huh.
in, you can punish really hard and you can just sit there for a really long time.
Okay.
So Zarya can get back and you don't need Zarya. Like she doesn't have grav.
Yeah.
So it's like Zarya's impactful here, but she'll get back anyway. And what you're doing by leaving and coming back is having a little bit of a window where you and Zarya are both going to be kind of
Gone.
in danger and gone
Okay.
because they have dive, you know.
Shot from the sky
And
from
Zarya's
Zorg,
the
and Lex
mobility
gonna
of a
have that first
freaking
team fight, and
turtle.
of course running the
So
triple
would you
tank,
say then that it
Roadhog
might
and
be worth it
Reinhardt
depending
close
on who
range
it
on
is I'm bringing
point.
back?
If she's alt, it's worth it.
Okay.
If there wasn't a second tank, it would be worth it,
Okay.
or
So-
a third tank, I guess.
So extremely situational.
extremely situational.
Okay.
It's gonna give them an advantage. Avium.
And if Zarya was higher mobility, like a higher mobility character, then it would not be worth it because she can get back
Because
to
you just die
side.
yourself.
Because like honestly, like you don't speed up Tracer very much.
Yeah.
Start off this dive, and Jack is swatting them away from the point. This is
All right, so right off the bat, like you guys do a little escapade off the point, which was kind of a mistake. So you get pushed back on the point. They kind of take that opportunity to kind of do some stuff, which is fun. And that stuff is going with Winston ult and knock you off the edge. At this point, like I like when I see this, I'm like, fight's lost because Jingles is dead as Hog, Ryan's dead as your main tank. You two are back, but like Zarya's 0 energy. And Pharah has ult, so this is about to be cleaned up pretty fast, I imagine. Oh wait, they actually you guys beat. Why'd you walk back into the corner, Kadzo? I mean, I wouldn't have beat it.
Yeah.
Because
Just
the human
because-
brain did not respond fast enough at the time due to flesh being weak, spongy, and bruised.
Understandable. The reason I mean, I could see beat is like stalling longer, but like honestly, like they're pretty much all alive. And you don't have Moira ult yet.
Alright.
Don't mind me open up some root beer.
Ryan, stop turning around! I do like moving to point though, but if you guys are gonna move straight, actually, I was gonna say go this way, but they have a whole lot of boots. So
yeah,
maybe
they
not.
literally have. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They grab. I think your grab just got DM'd. Let me rephrase that. I'm 99% sure you either threw your grab. Yeah, it definitely got DM'd. Don't have that happen. Like, here's what I don't like is you guys pop 3 ults this fight and get nothing with any of them.
We
You
actually
know?
got 3 kills too. We killed
Two.
half the
No.
team.
Oh wait, you do kill. Yeah, okay. So
Killed
three
three.
kills
Yeah,
Tracer.
we-
That's independent of ults. Let's be real here. Winston dying was because of the Hog ult, so I missed that. But like Grav just gets DM'd, and Coalescence like keeps people alive. But TBH, I don't think you needed it.
Do I shatter him? Please tell me I don't.
I hope not. You
I
get
hope not,
fucking
dude.
melted, is what you do. What is happening? Wow, are you how what you? This fight is won. Who's alive that is doing this to you? They kill McCree
Alright.
with Remech.
Yep.
What?
All right, I gotta do something. I'll be right back.
Never lucky. I don't know.
Yeah, that is not lucky.
I think I probably just walked into it not knowing I was there.
Big old fat, dumb, thick throw.
Oof.
I'm actually gonna put a clip in here real quick. This is a little showboating right here, but I was scrimming with one of the teams that I coached because they needed me, and
What
I
if
tried
what
to
if I
predict.
need you?
Oh, babe, I tried to predict the Winston bubble to the timing, and just watch the clip, y'all. It's
Why do you
on.
have this saved?
I went and found it.
Okay.
Winston has.
No recall?
Winston can die.
He's discorded.
Where'd you put it?
Y'all,
Wow,
I don't
you
know
got
if it's
the
gonna be a
Tracer.
throw or not, but I'm
Where'd
going
you
for
put
it. With
it?
the
Tracer's
rematch.
one. Tracer's one.
Where'd you
You
put it?
can't see it. You can't see it.
Oh my god! And you killed her.
Win
It
and
was
win.
no,
my
but
God.
I predicted when the Winston bubble would drop by 3 frames.
I'm proud.
It was
I'm
progress.
proud of you.
Anyway, what is happening here? Who's doing so much damage to you? I want to find this out. Is
That's
it
Diva missiles. It's Diva missiles plus.
No, it's plus Tracer. Yeah, like
and
watch
Tracer.
all
Yeah, I was
charge.
gonna say missiles and Tracer.
That's why you keep shield up, friend. God, that's so much damage, dude. Thank God they're
Bad.
nerfing Diva Burst. Not by that much though.
We lose this
Fuck. Do you
too.
actually lose this?
Yeah.
The duo to worry about with the whole hog and the hammer, but
Just
actually
me.
Why?
hard
Why
for me
did
to
you
do.
lose this? Why did you lose this?
barrage, but
I want to watch this fight again. I wish I had a
Tracer dead, Monkey dead.
not first person on the Rhine.
I flanked, got Mercy. Alright, so that's the other thing. Brian was like flanked with me. If you go back a little bit.
No, I saw.
Yeah, he went.
It wasn't
with
awful
me
because it was
this
for res. Like, it wasn't great because you left your team alone, but like, it wasn't awful.
I mean, eh.
I'm trying to pay attention to what everyone's doing, and the consensus that I'm kind of getting is you're jumping in a corner, you're kind of going for the Diva roughly. You swing once at the Diva after swinging at the Mercy, and then kind of went for the Pharah. Kods is on, like, none of you are focusing the same person, and because of that, like, Pharah is able to kind of just poke around the point and get a Moira who didn't have a lot of healing, either because she got double directed. And then because you're low on healing, it all falls apart from there. Reinhardt's gonna die because of that, just no healing. Well, he'll get low and then he'll be forced to have to do nothing. Like shielding in the corner does nothing. Like you're not protecting anyone. That being said, if you were to shield up, you would die even faster. So who knows? And then because your Ryan's dead, all you have now is Lucio, Hog, Zarya, which can still win a fight. However, Winston's back with his bubble, so now they have the main tank to create the space. And because they have the main tank to create the space, Tracer's getting free range. Because really, like, watch Tracer here. She's the one doing the work, with the exception of him literally just kind of popping his ult, which was fun. But like at this point, like now the Mercy and Lucio's back, and now you've lost the fight. And Pharah too. So like I feel like the issue kind of came down to because you lost your main heal to just a Pharah you guys weren't paying attention / expecting. You lost your sustain, which meant you lost your main tank, which meant you lost time. I would say, because at that point they all respawned and came back, and then you can't win at that point.
You know,
because you're
this team played it really well, and you know what I've gotten from this?
What?
They're all virgins. No, it's a joke.
I mean,
but the stall was so strong. Lux coming in.
bubble comes out a little bit preemptively. I'd much rather have it when they actually choose to dive you, like here, for example. Yeah, sure enough, they actually pulse bomb there. That was fun. Fun prediction. I played too much Zarya. Put your bubble up sooner. You got Hog killed. Or shield up sooner. Sure. Put your fucking shield up, Jack. God damn it. Like Jack, you're a DPS Ryan, but like what you're doing is you're stopping your team from having space created for them. Like Kodza right then wouldn't have died if you were doing your job.
True. That's super true. He's
And like
swatting at the
that would mean
Mercy.
that you would grab this fight.
That's actually wild. That's super true. I never saw that.
Like you have to create the space, and like I can't give more of an example on your team not having enough space, except for Tracer, Diva, Lucio in the center of the point that you like should have essentially. You know.
On the bright side, I almost got a double flash right click.
Okay.
Here's oh he's 1 HP. That could have been dope.
Play close to your tanks.
You guys play Widow here? You do. You guys are just goddamn like carbon copies of each other.
I got Cox, I'm pretty sure.
Actually, you guys are still running triple tank. You can't run triple tank. Widow is your only DPS. Actually, you probably can. Okay, you actually are changing it. I was gonna say you can just because like you could focus Hog when he goes in and melt him really fast. You just kind of suck at doing that. But like that's what you kind of need to be doing. Killing Hog is not a card, or Winston is not a cardinal sin.
Activated.
This is gonna be some play of the game material.
No, this isn't. I don't think I did good on this one. I don't think.
Oh, some fun teamwork there. Defense matrix the reflect. Haha. Don't do that with Zarya bubbles.
On the Zenyatta, Miss Root gonna try her hand at the Lucio. Now on the resurrectability while missing transcendence.
I didn't think you could be more aggro as you were on Ryan. Like you're just without your team, and then you put barrier up to save your own life, and then you leap away because even that won't save you. Good peel for your Mercy though. You guys, yeah, I mean you're dive comp in the end, so you are gonna need to actually do something here. And you're choosing to go in on the Widow here. I mean, small stuff that I don't like is like you're peeking out to like get info here, but like by the time you land, like you're also down almost all your health, and by the time you put your bubble down, you're down half of your health. You know?
Wait, is Jack even here?
Yeah, he's just muted.
He said he was gonna be right back.
Yeah. Whatever, you relay the information to him. He's too goddamn aggro. Like, and also though, D.Va, like that's defense matrix time. Like you could have defense matrix literally 500 damage, and it didn't seem like you did any. Like I'm for realsies right here. Like watch.
For realsies.
I wonder
Like takes 125 damage there. That's a little.
Kazo may not have been in position. One of the things Jack does is he'll jump a little too quickly without calling it. Yeah.
Let me say this. I've been yelling at Jack a lot because Jack is fun to yell at and easy to yell at because he's always being spectated.
We always yell at him too, by the way.
But
They got
like,
things in common.
TBH, this isn't a wrong way to play. You can play this way. Like there are different play styles for the comp you're running. If you have, just to have a perfect example that everyone knows about, Fissure as your main tank, or
Fissure.
Miro as your main tank. That is
Miro's
the most.
garbage.
Miro isn't feeding its tactical jumps that are perfectly timed to disrupt the enemy team and provide openings for Fleta. He is not feeding, it is timed in such a way that it provides optimal opening for Jaehong and Fleta to work together to get picks.
Fisher's
Yes, sir.
better.
And gives his life
No,
for
so
the good
hey,
of the
hey,
team.
Chris, so what I mean here is like, we'll say Fissure first. Fissure is like very, very passive, and that
God
is
tier.
okay. And he's also really good, but he's a very passive player, right?
Best main tank.
And then you'll look at Miro, who, as Medic was saying, does this thing where he'll kind of go really deep, really fast, and die. That's not a bad thing. He's creating space for his team and allowing his team to do a lot of work. When he's doing that, yes, he's dying. And he's completely alone. But what he's doing is he's splitting the enemy team up, and then his team is ready for that and killing everyone else. The important thing on both times is that his team is ready for whatever they're doing. What's happening here is Jack is playing really aggro, like the only aggro tank that I know, XQC.
I love that
XQC
guy.
is the most aggressive Winston ever. If
He's
you
a
look at the
poggers.
stats, he has an insane amount of first kills, like onto the enemy team, and an insane amount of first deaths to the enemy team.
He's a
But
poggers.
it works sometimes, I should say, when his team is
Sometimes.
ready. And what's happening here is Jack is going in really aggro. Kadzo is not ready. Zorg is freaking dead. Jingles is nowhere to be found. These two aren't. I actually were talking to him a second ago, but.
I had to learn the hard way to watch for that.
Yeah, so like I'm saying, like if you guys can do this, but Jack needs to refine it a little bit more. What he's doing right now is he's diving kind of into the tanks. That's not splitting anyone, you know? That's just butting heads. When you're going to be doing these really aggressive dives and essentially dying or getting very close to it, you need to make sure you always have your leap up, which means you can be aggro, drop down on them, and then leap away. That's always an option. Write this down for him because he needs to know this.
I'm
If you
recording
wanna
it.
Yeah, if you want to see examples of that, Muma does them very well. That whole like play high ground passive, drop down on them, use your ult or use your leap to get away. But like save abilities, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna drop in, disrupt, and then hopefully live. Or what you can do, like you're doing it, is if you're gonna do this kind of suicide strat, you have to have way higher coordination than you guys do. Like I'm gonna be real. There's a reason only one OWL team does that. It's because it is super, super difficult to do. Like,
Yo, Medic, you're a homie.
it's kind of crazy.
Oh,
But
you're baby, man.
it's not easy to do.
Wait, what did you want?
Dude, the screenshot you put, I thought that was.
Wait, hold on. What's the
No,
very...
let me show you how
do?
it works. That is the Florida versus Seoul game.
I love how
And
it
yeah,
lasts just, like,
Miro
as
went
much.
negative, but he went negative for the sake of Munchkin. He opens so much space. It's beautiful.
No, I
Okay,
thought they
at
were
last,
playing
what were you
it.
saying?
I was asking you what is the reasoning for one team doing a specific style and it's very difficult. What style is that? The super aggro style?
It's the super aggro style. I don't know. It's just like playing very aggressive. What do you kind of mean?
No, you had said that only one team in the Overwatch League executes a style effectively.
Sorry,
and it's because
it
it's super
was
difficult.
Fuel, but now XQC's dead. So.
Alright, hold up. Fuel never has done really that great. Let's be real. Let's be
They're
real. I love them.
Overwatch League. They're better than you.
Yeah, but they were garbage in comparison
If
to
you
everyone
played
else.
the Dragons, who are yet to win, you would get absolutely destroyed.
Dude, I actually have very
And we're
similar
talking
stats to
old
Ado.
dragons before they brought in Koreans. You
Dude,
would
I'm
still
just-
lose.
I'm just saying, I have some stats actually better than Ado on Tracer. In fact, similar.
This is like
just
looking at
saying.
like the top 1%.
Yes, but he's also playing against the world's best Zenyatas.
This is
Dude,
like
he's
looking at
garbage.
Zuckerberg and saying Zuckerberg only makes $50 billion a year. He's such a
Only.
bot.
Exactly.
Compare that to my main man, William J. Gates. Anyway. I don't actually know if his
Isn't
real
it,
name's
isn't it Bill Gates?
Yeah, but his real name's William.
Is it really?
Yes.
My dad has like worked in his mansion, and I've always known him as Bill Gates, not William. Right.
Bill is a
Bill is a-
derivative of William.
Yeah, it's short for William.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
But if you
Probably
want,
every
Well,
Bill
okay,
you know,
okay, so-
his real name is William.
Anyways,
Phil,
let's-
Philip,
let's
Bill,
go back-
Billiam.
Guys, let's
Okay,
go
back to the
coaching.
sorry. 1,000 apologies.
You're good.
I'm just saying.
But like essentially like you can see what happens here is like you're doing the strat, but like you're also diving into 2 tanks and not into the back line, so you're just kind of dying. Not to mention Zenyatta exists on both of you. And let me tell you right now, Zenyatta hurts. If you guys want to melt targets, Zenyatta is the way to go, which I do think you should try more of. Zenyatta's actually like IMO much better than Lucio, if you can play him right.
Onto the point and also having positional advantage. The Widow off not having too much of an impact until later on in that fight, but Fatality's gonna be at the front.
Jesus Christ, crouch one more time, why don't you?
Oh my gosh, it's paused for me. I didn't know we were watching it.
Refresh.
So, still deciding what tank to go on, still sticking on to the Diva, but Jingles is
Alright, so they pop walls, you guys are just kind of poking around, waiting for a dive target, all gooky, all gooky.
Could open it up, but if they overextend themselves,
Oh
they'll
my god,
open them
please
up
don't
for
feed.
a
They have
crossbow,
walls
but
up.
does
Yeah,
have
they have walls up and you
on
peek
the
during walls and you die. Surprise, surprise. Now they're gonna try to push in to build ult charge and get more kills.
some more health back, but Fatality,
They get Diva
no
mech,
one
that's
can afford the
huge.
enemy.
Oh my god, let them kill you.
The mech takes out
Nice.
from her shoulders to the rest of the team close.
But like fall
Yeah,
back
push
at
the
the same
team
time
to
because
their
you're
spawn
giving their
point
entire
after
team ult.
Goes closer and closer, 50% already there.
Yeah, so like you guys doing that just wasted like 25-30%. Just because like one person peeked, Zorg peeked during wall hacks, and then they use that opportunity to go in. They're doing it right. They're playing it right. Extending the fight, getting all charged off. It happens again. Diva goes in, trying to get an opportunity. Winston will
Got
follow up
cocked
pretty
right there.
soon. Yeah, sure enough, Winston goes in. They're able to pick Jack because Jack tries to go for the Diva. Same thing with your Lucio, and now they've killed 2 more of you, so they're going in again. By the way, it's 75%, so you're gonna have to wait until at least 85 before you can even
I
regroup.
got one.
Yeah.
Does respond with the Widow pick on the Fatality, but with the rest of his
So
army
now you've all
ready.
respawned, and now you can start looking to go in again, but guess what? You've literally wasted until like 20%, and now you're at 90. Just because of essentially 2 picks and them extending it out, you know? You can't let that stuff happen. If you want a great example of this, watch Hanamura, last
Oh, dude,
point,
man.
USA South Korea World Cup. Just getting fat
no,
staggered
that doesn't
by the Widow.
exist. Delete
Oh yeah.
that. Delete that.
Sound barrier comes out. Blade comes out. You're able to get Lucio. I actually noticed this earlier and I forgot to mention it. You play Genji blades like it's like that's the only thing that like it was on. No, we skipped it. It was on Dorado. Like you go in with Genji blade, and you don't. No one follows. Like the Genji is almost its own entity. That's not how it works. Like imagine Genji just like
Zorg does respond with
a
the Widow
really
pick on the
powerful
Fatality,
Genji.
with
Like
the
it's
rest
still
of
a
his
normal
army
dive
ready.
essentially. You just have way more mobility and way more damage, so it's way easier. Nice, less nice. How did you die to that?
Mine's
Oh,
paused.
Yeah, I gotta reload my mind. It's pauses.
Mine's paused
I've
too.
reloaded it, but it's still not
I'm no
playing.
good.
Oh,
that was
Lucius
a
is
great
the
kill.
Are
broken
you
one.
watching?
Mine's far
Unfortunate.
Hey, that was a great kill though.
Alright,
Wait,
give it a sec.
hold on, can
Give
you?
it a sec,
oh,
give it a second.
okay.
It's coming back. It's returning. Yeah, okay. This bug keeps happening. I told Zouster about it, but like they're reworking this whole thing. So like, oh never mind, that's leaks. Sorry, y'all. You didn't hear anything.
No leaks.
Also,
leaks.
we have a
We're
scram.
finishing this fight, so
We finished the fight, and then we have Scrim.
Yeah, they're not online yet.
Oh, you guys. Okay, they're not online. Just wait for them to PM you. Everyone's just getting Overwatch. All right, right here. I skipped to the exact hard time. Yo, that's kind of crazy that I skipped at the perfect time. By the way, I want to let you. Anyway, you died that because Ark's around the corner.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I was actually confused when I died to it. It's like, what? What phase?
Yeah, like watch. Like their focus is good. Their focus is good. Okay. I'm gonna TLDR real quick for you guys. You guys are scrimming like right now, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Here's what I'm gonna have you guys do. I don't care what if you run death ball or dive, but when you're running dive, play a passive Winston, and then also play an aggressive Winston, because I'm assuming you're gonna run dive more than once. Not on the same map. I'll do like continue doing passive Winston through one map, continue doing aggressive Winston through another. But like,
Yeah.
like really commit to it, because in the end, like, did I ever give you guys the whole like scrims are there to lose rant?
No.
No, but I have no issue.
Oh
with
boy,
that.
do the Arc 6 lecture.
Do we have enough time for the Arc 6 lecture? How much time do you guys have?
Well,
There's
the-
always time for the Arc 6
The
lecture.
enemy team's not online yet, so.
All right. So I used to work with Arc 6 a lot, with helping them do scrims and VOD reviews and whatnot. Feels bad, man. They're dead now. Actually, if you guys ever want like a true like a fun story to listen to, follow what happens before and after Arc 6, like to all the players, like what teams they were on before, what teams they're on after, because like it's really fun to watch. Like you got XQC who's freaking banned, and then you got Ginger
Oh,
Pop
that
who
guy.
became like top 10 in Paladins, which was fun.
Screw Ginger. XQC's Master Race.
I literally hate you. Who just said that? I wasn't paying attention. Who
I
just
did.
said
I did. I like XQC, dude. He's a poggers. He gets the
He's a
juice.
huge
Oh,
XQC fan.
that? I actually kick him out of voice. I don't want him to hear this.
Dude, you shut your dirty mouth.
Like I don't want. I'm not gonna say the rant if he's in here.
Oh my
Say it.
lord.
Say it.
Anyway, I
no,
used
no
to work with
balls.
them for scrims, and when I first started working with them, like I noticed, like I looked at their scrim sheet, and it was like 80% losses, and I'm like, you guys are like a top 2 team. Like, why do you have 80% losses? And they're like, oh, like we don't play scrims to win. And I'm like, what? Aren't scrims to practice for tournaments? And I was like, no, it's to try new strats. Like, in the end, like scrims mean absolutely nothing. There is nothing that you get out of scrims except for practice and experience. And so there's no reason, except for refining comps, that you should be running the exact same thing that you already know how to run and that you're good at running again and again, other than to, you know, keep the experience up in it and continue to be good at it. But as the game changes, your strats need to change. You know, and as comps change, what other people are changing, what you are doing needs to change, and what your comp needs to change, what your strats need to change. So try new things. You know, if you win a scrim, it means nothing. It means that you're better than the team and that you were probably doing something you were comfortable with. If you win the scrim and you're doing something you weren't as comfortable with, do it again until you lose, figure out why you lose, and then change it a little bit. All right? And then you keep doing that until you don't lose. You kind of see what I mean?
Yeah.
But you want to lose scrims.
It's like troubleshooting.
You don't learn anything if you win. There's always a problem, right?
Even if you win, you can still point mistakes out.
Oh, absolutely, but it's so much easier against a team that actually knows what they're doing. Like these guys are rolling you. Like they got 2 picks and wasted 70% of the point. Like that was amazingly done by them. And you want to know what they learned by doing that? Absolutely nothing. Like if they watch that part, they're like, we can't learn anything from this. But we watch you guys and we learned so much, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these scrims, run a passive Winston, run an aggressive Winston. As for tanks, just run a standard comp. Don't try stupid Reaper Tracer crap. Like just do it like it's God. Do it like God intended. Do it like Jeff intended. And like play the shield break game, win the shield break. Like actually, and when I say play the shield break, like that means every single person on the team focuses the shield for counting.
That doesn't mean DPS get frustrated and flank somewhere.
No, that means like Moira, even you just suck the shield for 2 seconds. 2, and it'll break. I'm serious. It's like if everyone actually focuses it, it's insane how fast shields break. Shields are nothing. Anyway, like do it like Jeff intended, okay? Play the shield break game, and then when the shield breaks, they're gonna have to like panic and fall back, and that's when you get alt charge kills, etc., etc. You get one pick, then you get aggro, and you extend the fight out just like these guys did to you, and you get alt charge out of it. You waste 50% of the point, or push the card this long, whatever it is, you know.
Oh, I know. I'm picking up exactly what you're putting down.
All right,
In
go
the
do
most,
your scrim.
I'm gonna do it.
Alright.
And I'm gonna do it
Thanks, you
prime.
two. We really
Oh, yeah.
appreciate it. You guys were great. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
if you guys have any questions, I'm a little bummed that I didn't totally get to roast you guys. So if you're able to get a third-person cam next
I
time,
got toasted and roasted.
yeah, Jack got
Okay.
absolutely destroyed, but the rest of you did.
I
The
love it.
Zor got out a little bit safe. Outlast got out 100% safe because
He
he
wasn't
wasn't even
even in.
goddamn there.
Ports
Next
were spared as well.
Kodza, you kind of got out safe. You actually got out pretty good. I think I complimented you once or twice, which is nice.
Dude, I actually never got a compliment, even if I did a good bomb. It was just like,
No, I
got hey, good shatter.
I complimented
really?
you on the
I got a good shatter, yeah.
you got a good shot at that one time. You got the bomb on the Zarya and the Moira.
I got the diva too.
The Diva still got me. Got him
The
back
Diva got him though.
Dude, how is that my fault? It's his fault for not.
It's not that hard to do 150 damage to Tracer.
You know what?
You know what?
It's not that hard to stop from getting freaking pinned. Also, that's like 200.